In today's video we have what in the UK is a very, very rare Dyson, sold only in, from what I can work out, Canada, I think France and Indonesia. We have the Dyson DC46 Allergy Parquet, a tiny, tiny little cylinder. Let's have a look. Yes, hello my vacuum cleaner chums. How are you today? Yes, I picked this up today. I haven't been home from work. I'm so excited to film it. This is a Dyson DC46. Now, if it looks a bit familiar, it's because we did get it in the UK as the DC47, the tiny one. This is the very small brother to like the DC39. 54 maybe rather than 30. This generation, DC50, this is the cylinder version of the DC50, basically an updated DC26. The ratings plate says CH on it. Ooh, there we go. Now the owners bought it, well the ex-owners bought it from Switzerland, where they lived at the time. I picked it up from just outside Maidenhead many years later. So it is foreign. We didn't get it in the UK. I've only either found German, French or Indonesian, very few Canadian mentions of it. So this is the Allergy Parquet, not the bottom of the line one, but also sadly not the top. There was a few hours this morning when I was a bit excited this was a motorhead, because after the bit of googly I did, I thought they were all motorheads. It's not. But it's alright really, so yeah, teeny tiny, teeny tiny. Works exactly the same way as others of its age. So there is the Cyclone in the bin. Inside there we have a well used filter. Although props to them, it looks like it's been washed a fair bit, so you know, that's not bad, it will need a wash. And in there is the dual layered Cyclone, which is filling me with joy thinking about stripping it down. Hey ho, this is the machine itself. Little tiny weeny air pass. Look, I can barely fit my little finger in there, although it does seem to be removable, because I imagine the full size one's clogged up here. God knows what this will do. So yes, little removable part there, which is very good. This is where the hose connects. That's the blanking plate for the cables for the powered hose on the motorhead. I'm not quite sure what that rubber bit does. Not going to really think too much about it. We have some felt strips on either side, because obviously these have a big habit. In fact, you can tell by the state of the side of the Cyclone to get caught on stuff. My DC54 did it all the time. This has rubber pads. Obviously this is made for small, tiny. I can understand Indonesia and Japan and China because it's tiny. No idea why they chose Canada. At the back it's a standard fare, just miniaturised, cord rewind and power. If you notice, it has a 2-pin socket. Obviously it's from Europe. The cord rewind doesn't do anything until you push it past the click. There's everything. And in here, should be, this is a laborious thing there. I've always thought that on the uprights. The post motor filter nestled around the ball. And I think I just there we go. Oh, it's getting caught behind the wheel. They must have owned a dog at some point. That is luckily it's washable, so this is don't know. I want to put it through the washing machine. I might try just like scrubbing it out first because I wonder how. If the DC47 had the same arrangement, fine, but I don't think that's going to be cheap. So I might try sort of the old-fashioned way first. In here, lots of hair poking out from around the motor. But yeah, that's where that filter sits. Again, just like the DC46 City. Now, there we go. Push that past there. That clips in. And this tightens up in about 27,000 turns. Marvellous. So I'll pop that back on there. We'll put the bin back on. And we'll put that to one side and start to look at the tools, because it's a bit standard now. Obviously we have a different machine end. Again, there's the blanking plate for the lovely cables. And then it just terminates into a bog standard handle, really. Again, UK spec tools and wand, not even a powered one, so they obviously did make completely separate tools. This is the air-driven turbo brush. I've never seen one like this before, air-driven. Obviously I know this was used on the DC45, was it? The handheld, Mr. Hooverlux had one. But this is a turbine-driven version, and wow, look at all that hair. So yeah, it's quite cool. I've only used one of these briefly. I don't think they're very good, but nice big felt pad. Oh, there's some screwdriver marks on this part, so that's a good sign. I just need to find something a fair bit wider so I don't completely chew it up. And we'll have a quick look at the brush file. There we go. Oh, it's clogged. Look at that, we'll fix that in a minute. Oh, I'll get bench back out of my. Here is the tiny brush roll. Again, standard fell. I didn't quite know that the carbon brushes stop and then carry on the other side, but it's got its carbon brushes. That's the main thing, really. Oh, it's full of. We're going to end up giving this a mini service. I think we are. Oh gosh. Wow. This is why you should always check your brush roll. Look, we'll get rid of all of this as well, because poor thing, nobody loves you, do they? Even though you are exceptionally rare to have in the UK. So there we go. I suppose you best try and pull this out. Ah, it touched me. Oh, it's a berry or a nut or something. Well, there we go. Look at that tiny air path. Crikey. That's terrible. Yeah, so it's been well used, but yeah, so this is an air-driven turbo head, which is quite cool. Let's pop that back in. The rest of the tools are going to be a bit quick because we have the flat-out head, which I quite like this head. Although again, that's done the usual. Should we see how much fluff we can put out of here? Because you can't. There's screws on it, but I've never been able to dismantle one of these. There's one bit. Two bits. Three bits. 4 bits. 5 bits. 6 bits. 7 bits, and I think that's almost it. 8 bits. Ow. I think this is gonna. Oh, there's so much of it. I don't care. Yeah, flat out head, and the return of one that we have seen before. The horrible, in my opinion, hard floor tool. We need to remove this middle set of bristles to make it work, but we'll do that later because obviously it's a very rare machine. I'm probably one of the only English speaking people to have been doing a video of one. maybe. I haven't actually looked. I could be chatting rubbish. So we need to test it, don't we? We need to plug it in, but well, my power supply, I could make that fit. But luckily, the owner gave me this, or sold it with this. Ta-da! So we'll pull the very short cable out. Yeah, fairly short. Oh, we'll turn it on. There's not fantastic suction, I'll be honest, and it's blowing the release valve a bit. Very bright now. Okay, there's all right suction until the release valve goes.
You can do that in the Google Home app.
Until the release valve opens and it doesn't shut itself afterwards, which means that there is a big drop in suction. So we'll start with this head. The flat out head. Obviously we won't need to spend too long on this, it's as common as anything. But they're not bad, you know, they don't really do anything deep down. They do just skim the surface. You know, they're generally okay. Not too bad at all. Obviously this head, I won't use it, but the over manoeuvrable, because it did have a habit of going completely sideways and then being a massive pain to get back up. There's that one. It's alright, but it's not very nice. But this is the main attraction. And again, you can see where they would have used the same casing for the power version, which just wouldn't have had that turbine on the side of it. Hang on, I think it blew the release valve. Well, it's a terrible head at the minute. It worked a bit better than that before when I tried it quickly at my mum's. Let me just pause and check I've put this together properly. Maybe a drop of oil in places. Look. Ooh. Rubbish. Oh dear, it's actually okay. I think the machine's not sucking right anyway, which I think is what the main problem is. The only other thing that has changed since I bought it is we've just removed that, and that would have been part blocking the air path, which would have actually increased the speed of the turbine, because more air will go through the turbine when it can't escape through the suction. So, oh dear, but you know, it's not a great head anyway, so it's no truly huge loss, and it should be sorted once it is refurbished. So, you know, it'll be alright. The cord rewind is pretty good on it. Once you push the button on. Ow! And actually, I imagine the Euro plug sits a lot better than a UK plug will, unless they redesigned the entire back end and called it the DC47, I suppose. But yeah, there we are. Meh. My very rare, shouldn't be in the UK, Dyson DC46 Allergy Parquet that I paid the grand total of £35 English for. I'm quite happy with that, really. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Next time you see this, it'll be all refurbished, looking lovely, and hopefully working a lot better as well. And I shall see you soon. Bye bye.